Nicholas, that is my first question. How involved are you with the adaptation to the movie or Notebook going to Broadway? How involved are you since it's your baby, your story?
Yeah, I'm involved as a producer is involved, right?
Okay.
So I'm involved in the selection of the screenwriter and the molding of the screenplay, involved in the selection of the director and the cast, and then everything else that producers do. You know, I'm on set here and there, and so you kind of just make sure that you do your best to make sure that the film is coming out the way you want.
Right.
With the idea that film is a very collaborative process, right? You've got the talent, you've got the director, you've got the studio, you've got producers, and everyone has the same goal, and that is to make the best film you possibly can.
Which movie are you the most proud of how it turned in? Of the adaptation of you.
Tough question, right? Right now, I like The Longest Ride.
Man, they did a great job.
Right?
Because it was so different from the book, but so similar.
Yeah.
And it came out, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really a challenging novel to adapt because it was a long novel and it had 2 full stories. And how do you give equal weight to both stories? How do you take 2 full stories and combine it into one and flow back and forth between the stories and bring it all together? There was a lot of challenges in the adaptation, but I thought it came out in a way that will move the viewers in the same way that readers were moved when they had the novel.
Yeah. Agreed. When you talk to a guy and he's seen your movie, they always walk away saying they loved your movies, but the reason why they saw your movie was because their girl got them to go see it or something like that. So, and that's most men that I talk to.
I would agree.
You're not like most men. How come?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I had I had good parents. I had a great relationship with my sister. I have daughters. My agent's a female. Yeah, I've been surrounded by females. My whole life, and in the end, though, I don't know how much that has to do with anything. I just like to read stories that work, and for me, being moved emotionally in the way you're supposed to be moved means it works. If I'm reading a horror novel, I want to be scared. If I'm reading a thriller, I want to be thrilled, right? If I'm writing something here, I want people to be moved emotionally.
Yes.
So as long as it works, it works.
Speaking of what works, do you think you ever want to write a murder or kill one of these innocent characters that you always love to write about, or have one of them be addicted to drugs or something? I mean, do you ever want to veer off and
make a really
go there with the dirt and the grit?
Yeah, I've had some dark characters, right? I had a dark character in Safe Haven, things like that. And of course, if you read The Best of Me, Dawson came from a family that was meth dealers. I mean, it was a very dangerous family. So I do put darkness in there. It's just not generally the main star.
Yes.
And I don't know that I have to do that. The severely flawed hero character with a heart of gold. To me, that's a little bit cliched. I prefer also to do characters that ring with authenticity, and I think that most people are in that broad bell curve of most of the time they do the right thing, but they're not perfect.
Exactly.
And those are the people I try to write about.
That's awesome. Can I ask one last question? Okay, thank you. You said currently you're writing 2 different novels at the same time.
Yes. When
you're doing 2,000 words a day, is it caffeine that keeps you going? Is it adrenaline? What is keeping you locked into writing all that?
The desire to move forward in a story, I guess. It's something that really comes in internally, and so you write for a while and you do a word kind of like, oh, wow, I only have X number of words to go. So you just kind of keep going. You make it a little game, I guess, because it's something that you have to do to move through a novel. It's like running a marathon or climbing a mountain. It's something you can't do in a day. It's going to take time. So you have to set little mini goals along the way. And whatever those mini goals are, you try to reach them.
That's awesome. So you challenge yourself.
Of course.
That's awesome. Thank you, Nicholas.
Sure.